Good evening and welcome to Brewster Park in Enniskillen and to this broadcast on Fermanagh GA TV. My name's Gerard Tracy and I'm joined here in the comedy box by my good friend Sid Maroon. We're delighted to be here this evening to bring you a live match between Enniskillen Gaels and Irvinestown in the Manor House Senior Football League Division 1. I suppose a lot has happened over the last 5 months since we last broadcast a game here from Brewster Park, and for some time I suppose we feared that we mightn't have much football at all to look forward to in 2020. But 5 months on, we're delighted to say that we have a plan of action in front of us and we have our first game tonight, and as I say, we're really pleased to bring you this coverage here this evening. And Sid, it's good to have football back.
Great to have football back here. We look forward to this day. We didn't think it would be coming at all, but eventually we're here, and just the weather has turned out so terrible for a game of the first game of the season. But as we say, we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and as you say, it's a very wet evening. It's turned out to be. The rain is spurling down here, so it's very heavy at the moment, but maybe that will ease as the evening goes on. Both sides out in the field there getting prepared. What's your thoughts on tonight's game? So two very young teams from what we can see lining out here tonight, both Enniskillen and Irvinestown.
Two very young teams indeed, Jared. But I suppose the whole thing has changed. There's no real pressure on these two teams this year because there's no promotion or relegation, so that takes away a lot of that extra pressure that you would have in the first game. Win the first game, you're on momentum. If you lose the first game and your negative thoughts again, But these two teams, as you say, they're young, eager to get on it, and it'll be an interesting game. I think they're both two really well-matched teams with a sprinkling of quality players throughout both squads.
Yeah, and I see our good friend Peter Watson just after making his way behind us there. It's great to see Peter out and about, and looking forward to this game as well. I see our referee Michael Keown from the Devonish Club as well. It's all Devonish here tonight, but the looks of things Sid is getting things prepared out in the centre of the field. So we'll turn to the action, and out in the field there we'll have our referee, as I say, Michael Keown from the Devonish Club is getting prepared to throw the ball in, get this Manor House Senior Football League Division 1 game underway in Enniskillen and Irvinestown. Very quickly, the Enniskillen Gaels team will line out as follows. Cian Newman is in goals, Michael Durris, Paddy Cassidy, Aaron Nolan is the full back line, Eddie Boyd, Johnny Cassidy, Roland Beattie is the half back line, Owen Beacom and Conor McShea is the midfield pairing, and then the half forward line is Conor Murphy, Callum Jones and Colin Quinn, and the full forward line is Conor Kelly, Richard McCallan and Timmy Boyd. We'll give you the Irvinestown team very quickly. Jerome Carton in goals, Christopher Donnelly, Jarlath Maguire and Rory Keane. Half back line, John McInhill, Paul Leonard, Joey Miller, Kevin Duffy and Liam McQuaid in the middle of the field, Michael Mahan, Gary Maguire, Josh Drago-Ellis in the half forward line. Then Sean Clear, Tiernan Daly and Shane Gowan is the full forward line, and immediately Richard McCallan gathers the ball out over the far side of the field, very close to the sideline, but does particularly well, still retains possession, has support there, finds it there in the shape of Callum Jones. The shot goes in, but the shot has gone to the left hand side and gone wide. That was Timmy Boyd that eventually took a shot and went to the left hand side and went wide, first wide of this evening's game set.
Yeah, good start for Enniskillen, wonderful win there, and get the ball in early into Richard Callan. It'll be interesting to see if Richard Callan stays in the forward for the duration of the game, Jared. Maybe a focal point there on that forward line, be interesting back line, maybe a change who's picking up maybe.
Yeah, well, the ball is kicked out there and it's the moment there Irvinestown now, and back into the hands of Liam McQuaid it goes. He spreads the play over the far side of the field, coming inside there and kicking in there on the left foot. Is that calling for the mark? We'll talk about the rules in a wee moment. Well, he calls for the mark, but the referee says that the ball was kicked from inside the 45, I think, so allows the play to continue. And Kevin Duffy gets it back to Gary Maguire. The experienced Gary Maguire kicks it left footed inside there, but well read by the Enniskillen rear guard and the three other lines, and now they come out in the shape of Colin Quinn. Quinn gives it forward to Callum Jones. Jones feeds Richard O'Callaghan. He is the focal point, as Sid has alluded to, but the ball drops away on the slippery surface, but it was well recovered there by the Irvinestown rear guard, and particularly the midfielder Kevin Duffy. Duffy has it 30 metres out from his own goal, spreads the play over the far side of the field to Michael Mahan, and then takes the return ball. Ball kicked long into the full forward line, but again it's the corner back there, Aaron Nolan, who does particularly well and wins that ball and clears his lines. Ball fed forward looking for O'Callaghan again. Picked up there by Jonathan McGuire. I think it is the young full back from Irvinestown. And by the looks of things, said he'll have plenty of his play.
Plenty of his play at the minute last there. Richie's moving very, very well there in full forward line, right, both right and left. But notice there that the Gaels defence there is very, very sharp on the mark. They're out in front of their forwards all the time, quick to the ball.
Yeah, 3 balls fed into Richard O'Callaghan and he's won the 3 of them. Or as you say, not all in a central position. He's roving across that entire full forward line as Irvinestown come out. Possession, the ball is in the hands of Rory Keane. Keane gives it to Liam McQuaid. McQuaid, 50 metres out from his own goal. Gives it back there one more time to Rory Keane. Keane gives it to McQuaid. Keep ball between 4 and 9. McQuaid and Keane. And eventually gets back to Keane again. Keane now 50 metres out, gives it inside there to the centre half forward, Gary Maguire. Maguire feeds it forward, but again, Enniskillen rear guard doing particularly well. And again, I think it's Aaron Nolan who's been very impressive in these opening few minutes of this game, winning anything that's come in around the danger areas. Enniskillen now trying to build purposefully from the back in the shape of Eddie Boyd. Boyd gives it to Owen Bacon. Bacon feeds it forward. And again, Richard O'Callaghan out in front wins the ball. Gives it back to Bacon. Bacon, 45 metres out. Still Bacon. Long strides. But good hit there. And this was asked the referee, Michael Keown. The judges that it was frontal, I think is what he's suggesting. And maybe correcting that his decision. Yeah. We're not going to go against the Devils, man. I know it's what he said.
Not yet. But as notice there, Enniskillen's playing the 2-man 4-5 all the time. Richie's coming out, winning ball. Just made it off simple and the runners coming onto it. And maybe they're looking to get that single man in inside, going up one with his marker, maybe try for a goal possibly.
Yeah. I think it's Colin Quinn here that was lining up this free. 40 metres out. He certainly has the distance, has the accuracy. He has good. Has the left point. Picked up the ground there by Colin Quinn as the opening score of the game, and he looked particularly confident in striking that one over the bar set.
That was a fine strike, Jared, from about 40 metres out. You know, fine strike. Was rising going over the bar, so you had plenty of distance in it.
Yeah, 4 minutes played exactly here in Brewster Park. This Manor House Senior Football League Division 1 games between Enniskillen Gaels and Irvinestown. And Enniskillen Gaels have started certainly the better in these opening 5 minutes playing on their home patch here. I'm sure it's a great thrill for these 2 very young teams to be playing football this evening. It's in the middle of July, the first league game. It will go down in history, I'm sure, when history is written in years to come about 2020 as Irvinestown come forward. They're in possession of the football there with Shane Gowan, the experienced playmaker, gives it back to Gary Maguire. Maguire looks up, feeds the ball inside. Good ball on this occasion. Good ball goes to ground. It's spilled. Eventually is picked up there by the wing half forward, Josh Largo Ellis. Ellis gets a shot away. Ellis doesn't many opportunities. He registers the levelling point and a good point. A fine response.
Fine response, Jared. Yeah, good point from Largo Ellis. Like ball broke from the full forward and full back. He was in quick, picked it up and took a nice point from inside the D.
Yeah, 5 minutes played. Sides are locked level at a point apiece as Enniskillen wins the card and move it quickly to Conor McShay. They can continue. The ball is in the hands of Timmy Boyd. Boyd leads it back inside to the point scorer a few moments ago. That's Quinn. Quinn gives a good ball inside through the hands. It goes again. One more opportunity for Conor McShay, but McShay's shot was a poor one, and he's exactly there by the Irvinestown goalkeeper Jerome Carton, and he will clear his lines for Irvinestown. He gives it directly to Michael Durish. Gives it inside, man in space is Conor McShay. McShay thinks about the point, lays it off one more time, another opportunity, and this time it's pumped over the bar. For Enniskillen. It looked like it was Michael Durish that came forward there and popped that one over the bar. Cornerback wearing number 2, so the son of Brandy Durish, I think. Yeah. That we would have known well in our day. That's it.
He's not as loud.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brandy, no.
And having no comment on all, as Enniskillen lead 2 points to 1. We played 6 minutes here in Brewster Park. Rain coming down quite persistently at the moment, making conditions quite slippy for both sets of players, and of course the referee. Difficult for him to keep an eye on everything. Particularly with these new rules, we might talk about them at half time. We follow the play for the time being. Callum Jones sends the ball inside, but it's well dealt with on that occasion there by Michael Mahan. Irvinestown clear the lines again, and this time a good front pass up the pitch, and looked like Irvinestown had the ball won, but it slows the ground. Good tackling in there by both sets of teams, and eventually the referee has awarded the free, and he's free to Enniskillen, who looks like it's taken quickly there. Enniskillen Gaels come forward in the shape of Callum Jones. Jones lays it over towards the far side of the field there, picked up by the cornerback, that's Erne Nolan. Nolan feeds it inside, but the defender got his hand in it, but well won on that occasion. Ball given away. Again, Irvinestown forced the turnover and come out with it in the shape there of Paul Leonard. Leonard still in possession. Leonard looks up now, route one, and well, not a great ball. And nobody had made the move. In fact, the only man who read it was Paddy Cassidy, the full-back, and Cassidy comes out with it, and he has his brother Johnny alongside him. There he is, Johnny Cassidy. I think they're actually twins, them two lads, Paddy and Johnny Cassidy. And out they come in Enniskillen in the shape there of Conor McShea. McShea fists the ball forward into the hands. There it goes of Callum Jones, I think it is. Yeah, Jones still in possession. Jones 40 metres out. Thought about laying it off. Gives it back to the point scored a few moments ago. That's Colin Quinn. Quinn's shot goes to the left hand side and goes wide. Second wide of the game. Well, so this was the one thing I picked up early doors is that Enniskillen are very keen to play the ball through the hands.
Through the hands here, yeah. It's a very even contest at the minute, so it is. You know, both teams are going at one another. So there are mistakes. Obviously, the conditions is probably causing a lot of the problems here at the minute with the handling errors and the passing errors. But both teams are very, very lively, both pushing forward when there's turnovers, and just that final ball at times is letting both sides down.
Yeah, picked up there from the resulting kick out. Enniskillen have been dominant in the midfield sector. Owen Bacon and Conor McShea, and this man's getting a lot of ball. That's Colin Quinn. Quinn gives it back there to Cassidy. Johnny, this is wearing the number 6 jersey. Of course, we're familiar with him. Wearing the number 2 jersey for Fermanagh. Gives it forward to Conor Murphy. Murphy through the hands, it goes again. Gives it over to Roland Beattie. Beattie this time feeds it in long. Ball flicked on there by Conor Kelly, but well played by the Irvinestown rear guard, and they will come out in the shape here of Kevin Duffy. He's 35 metres out from his own goal. His line is up. That looked a bit harsh, I have to say.
But yeah, the first two men on the two of them acting at the same time, you better give them that extra strategy, you know. But
a harsh ball. There's an opportunity for Enniskillen to increase the lead, maybe to 3 points to 1. And while we wait for this free to be lined up, we'll thank our sponsors of tonight's game. That's Mark Drum of McGee's in the East Bridge Street in Enniskillen for food and beverages served in McGee's. Warm welcome await you all at McGee's for good food and good beverages. And also, as this kick is taken, drops inside, hasn't to the left. It was Deacon that ball in, handling that occasion, and trying to clear their lines. Just as I was saying, our other sponsor for tonight is Fermanagh and Tyrone Financial Services, based in Irvinestown. Of course, the proprietor of that business is Peter Marone, and we thank Peter for all his cooperation throughout the year and the support of Manor GAA as Irvinestown come out with the ball to the shape of Rory Keane. Keane gets it out over the far side of the field, back it goes there towards Paul Leonard. Leonard comes across, it goes to Christopher Donnelly, the corner back for Irvinestown. One pass up the field, well held Largo Ellis coming straight forward. The beautiful footballer is Josh Largo Ellis. Feeds the ball forward and this is forward as Shane Gower. He lays it off to Joey Miller. This is a fine move by the Irvinestown men. Back it goes there to Largo Ellis. He started it way back in his own defence. Eventually comes to Kevin Duffy into space, filling that space is Shane Gowan. He was involved in the move earlier as well. Going onto the right foot, gets a shot in, but Kane is dealt with there. Right in a Enniskillen rear guard, and coming out with it is Durish for Enniskillen Gaels. Fed there to Conor Kelly. High challenge of Conor Kelly, but the referee allows the play to continue, and Johnny Castile is the man in possession, gives it to Beacom. Beacom feeds the ball now to Richie O'Callaghan. He's came out of his full forward slot and really hit the two physios go around. That's going to be free out to Irvinestown because Christopher Donnelly was going to pick up the ball. He was the foot went in and ended up that the referee awarded the free and gives him an opportunity to bring some attention to the Enniskillen Gaels player. It looks like he's going to have to lose the field of play. I didn't notice what happened there, but
this is challenge for a loose ball on the ground here, which we collided on the ground and Josh Larvall's that time, and whenever we hit the ground we assisted something, or maybe on the
maybe he was indicating that I hit one of the physios. So what happened in this game? Plenty of action. It's certainly end to end. It's an enjoyable encounter.
Well, I told it there.
Very interesting to see the team playing right here. A lot of energy out there.
I try to hear how the audio coming through.
Conditions were playing a big part in that as well, but it's a very evenly contested game at the minute.
Maybe lacks a little bit of quality up front, maybe in terms of taking scores, because it's difficult on a night like this. Always step forward and an opportunity comes the way of Enniskillen Gaels. It was Eddie Boyd wearing number 5 who's left the field of play. We'll see who can dominate this in a moment, but for now we follow the play. And Enniskillen Gaels having a shot in the post, and the Enniskillen dropping it short. There is a game who got that shot. Dropping back there as Shane Gowan is dropping back, and that is enticing Michael Durish to come forward, and hence he's already scored one, and he's had a couple of efforts as well. So that's something that Irvinestown team of management, Paddy O'Brien from the Lochlan Curry Club in Tyrone is managing them down there, will have to be aware of as the ball is fed there to Kevin Duffy for Irvinestown, gives it across field, and Michael Mahan, the man in possession, gives it to Largo Ellis. Again, looks to inject pace into the game as soon as he gets the ball. This time risky, so high, the referee watches the losing foul. The free will go the way of Irvinestown and will give an opportunity for the substitution on the Enniskillen Gaels team. That's Ronan Quinn to come forward and make his way onto the field of play. So Ronan Quinn replaces Eddie Boyd on the Enniskillen Gaels team. Just being advised that our number 13 is Timmy Boyd and number 15 is Conor Kelly. So apologies for that. We were given the team sheet previously. It's the other way around, so if you corner forwards and swap jerseys. Yeah, look, it said he's what, 50 metres out, and oh yeah, he certainly has the distance, has he? He almost I'm not sure what happened in the Enniskillen rear guard, but the ball floated in. It was a brilliant strike. We were right behind it, said he got the trajectory right, he got the power into it. It wouldn't have went over the bar. It dropped a little short. A mix up in the Enniskillen defence and into the back of the net it goes.
I think the full forward and the full back went upward, and the two of them missed it. I think the keeper must have misread it just, and it dropped and skidded along the ground under him, you know. Fortuitous goal for everything but the victories on a night like this.
Those are the things that are likely to happen. And as the saying goes, if you don't buy the ticket, you'll not win the lottery. So, a different complexion in the scoreboard. 1-1 to 2 points, double scores in favour of the visitors here this evening. They're a youthful side, Irvinestown. Both sides are youthful.
They're both two very athletic teams. They're, you know, very pacey all over the pitches, you know, and move the ball sharply, and a lot of just pass and play, you know, but a lot of support on the ball as well.
I think you summed it up well there when you said there's a lot of energy in both teams, and that is the case. As that ball was kicked out over the sideline there, line ball, break Oh yes, that's right. That's the other newly introduced rule. So
It's a great thing, and it's not a great thing with your momentum. It's a disaster if you have momentum. It's a great chance to get talking to players to get them talking. It has its pluses and minuses.
yeah, I look at I was at a couple of games last weekend, and in the reserve game I was at the club in Fermanagh, it broke our momentum, but then in the senior game it came at the right time because it gave us time to adjust something. So that's
good points and fair points on it, you know.
it's not something that I see Damien Campbell to my right hand side here that's happening stalwart, and it's not something that he would be approving of, I think.
There's plenty of water there than anyone would believe it. But in saying that, everyone is very, very happy with the start. Enniskillen within the 10 metres of the line. That's one that was changed on the protection. 2 scores apiece, but that's 3 points up for everything, you know. But the interesting to see what happens when they're half. Begin to wait from Irvinestown and get Gaels and lift or whatever happens, you know.
And Richard Callan, after a very bright opening, I suppose the fact that Enniskillen Gaels are playing the ball through the hands and not utilising them in that full force, and he started to come out now.
He started midfield, moving really well in the first couple of 5 minutes in the first half there, and we're finding with ball. Unfortunately, that shift past the player coming on, it didn't work at times, you know. But to be disappointed that they hit 3 shots, the keepers are there in the first 15 minutes there, you know, so he has to be disappointed with that.
Well, we're about to get back underway here again. The ball is fed in there by Gary Maguire, the man who's been a creditor of the goal, gives it back to Shane Gowan, feeds it over there looking for Miller, feeds it back one more time, looking again for Gary Maguire, keeps well, pass back there intelligently to John McIntyre, he gives it to Largo Ellis uses his brilliant vision, feeds it forward, the mark goes on that occasion, but the ball was dropped as Kevin Duffy gets the shot in around the danger area, goes, again they tried to put a fist on, it was Tiernan Daly full forward in there, but the referee, or the goalkeeper on this occasion, Cian Newman, does perfectly well, and that ball is held there by Colin Jones feeds the ball forward to the Enniskillen full forward, and there by Conor Kelly.
That's not okay.
Age drop.
Put a full timer on. Full timer on. The metric after.
Can
I have a tenner? What should that really story is?
He had only one thing in his mind. It looked that way, didn't it? Because he had the opportunity to lay the ball earlier, but decided that he had an opportunity for his own, and it was a fine shot now. To be fair, unfortunately for him and Enniskillen, went to the right hand side gone wide. Irvinestown struggled with their kick-outs in their first half. They've lost another one, and the ball goes forward now. Sorry. Wins the ball. Charlotte O'Brien. Callan still involved. Gives it inside one more time. Ball now. Mount up, and a little bit of frustration amongst the supporters. I know we can hear them, maybe not out in the field.
Another good move then, Enniskillen. They're finding their passes there, they're finding their men on the ball, but just their accuracy isn't too good at the minute.
Brewster Park this evening, and I suppose with the restrictions now lifted whereby supporters can come into the game, it certainly adds to that atmosphere here in the stand in Brewster Park in this Manor House Senior Football League Division 1 game between Enniskillen Gaels and Irvinestown. The scoreboard reads 2 points to Enniskillen Gaels and a goal and a point in favour of Irvinestown. We've played 20 minutes in this first half. Irvinestown all fed forward, maybe too much on it this time. And there by the Enniskillen rear yard. Clear the lines, feed the ball out to Conor McShay keeps it in. Connor's the son of Ollie McShay's, gives it back to Richard O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan looks up, gets to Callum Jones. Jones on the left foot. Jones head down. His man not occasion is Paul Leonard. Going out there. He doesn't wish to. He wants to go front. Kelly. Kelly gets a shot away this time. His resistance pays off. Again, he'd only the one thing in his mind because he had an easy opportunity to mark.
Great work here in the middle. Great ball in. Colin Jones then the L in the middle third. Great ball into Conor Kelly. Great first hand. Got a high ball there. Colin took his man on. Went into the middle of the game. Just popped it over in the 21. And actually showed Enniskillen.
All the skills you want to see said in the
Exactly.
great finish. I do like this Conor Kelly lad. He's just one thing in his mind, and that's head for the goal. You have to see his ball is fed back inside there, coming forward, and Joey Miller looks like he's going to come back, and the referee, agrees, it's a free, and Miller, I'll tell you, he has been very, very good in this first half, covered in fortunate ground.
Very pacey player, you know, he knows to get forward as much as he can, you know, to support the play all the time, so he's a great engine in him, you know, and this should be maybe a hoping for the first, it should be bread and butter for Gary Lawyer, I think.
Yeah, well, I suppose if you look at his strike for the goal, the distance certainly won't be an issue for Gary. It'll be all about the accuracy and I suppose about the ground conditions here because it has been raining really, really heavily since this game began as Gary Maguire takes the shot confident and experienced knocks the ball over the bars and quick reply to that score that Enniskillen registered leads the score from 1-2 to 3.
Good point, good free to Gary Bayer on the trying conditions, you know. Again, as you alluded there, Joey Miller pushing forward all the time and pull back and certainly the free.
Ball fed forward looking for Richard O'Callaghan. Again, he can take the mark from here. 15 seconds now to pop this ball between the posts. Takes his time, steadies down, looks at the post, looks at the O'Neill's, size 5, hits it right footed, looks good. Oh, it's gone wide. An opportunity like that, you know, costly miss it.
Probably like 30 yards out. You get to the left, you get those surface go for right from the kicker, you know.
Those are the ones you need to be putting out. No, we could was out of hand as well.
Probably not a natural free taker.
Probably not. Yeah. So the rain comes tumbling down still here in Brewster Park. The scoreboard reads 1-2 to Irvinestown. 3 points to Enniskillen Gaels out in the centre of the field, and again it's Enniskillen Gaels the break ball. They're certainly dominating on the midfield sector, and that's good play by Rowan Beatty. Got his challenge, got to his feet, beats the ball in down towards Conor Kelly again. Kelly soloing on the left, gets it on his man, has support there, will have to use his support. Feeds it to Callum Jones. Jones gets it back again. Jones now with the left foot. Threads a nice ball inside of the end. And the ball's held by Colin Quinn. Quinn gets it back to O'Callaghan! 10 metres out from the post, and he blasted it to the back of the net. And well, player of the calibre of Richard O'Callaghan doesn't miss chances like that there, but again it was another fine move by Enniskillen Gaels, and this time it resulted in a 3-point.
Fine move in the air, good ball in, good catching by and was in the corner. Great catch. You know, couldn't take the mark possibly, but turned and great ball off to Richard O'Callaghan. He blasted into the roof of the net. Keeper doesn't rest on hand, he pushed up in the roof of the net.
And here's a chance to extend the lead as the ball is forward there from centre half back, pops it over the bar, showing the space of 1 minute. Said Enniskillen Gaels have knocked over a goal and a point, and that gives them a 2-point lead.
That's a hard goal to take for Irvinestown, you know, after going so well there, you know, two killer scores, a goal and a point, you know, now Irvinestown needs to respond to this very, very quickly.
Again here in this second, they've been problem all night. On this occasion, they've won the break ball, and it's a foul there, and right half back, that's Michael Hill. And Michael Hill wants to get a ball moving again, looks for his opposite number, that's Johnny Miller, with the two Irvinestown players run into one another, and therefore the ball's
off Conor McShay
inside again, looking for Conor Kelly. Kelly moving across the lines, picking up possession. Left-footed crossfield ball, playing with a swagger. Gives it back to Durish. Durish looks up, outside of the right boot. In it goes towards Richard O'Callaghan. Did he get a push in the back? He did get a push in the back. And the referee, Michael Keown from the Devonish Club, right up at play. Gets it spot on.
Yeah, gets it spot on, Jared, yeah. Conor Kelly's moving very, very well there, but he's very intelligent on the ball too. He picked out a great crossfield ball there, Jared. Open up the play again on the far side. You know, he's an experienced player, Conor Kelly, and he's making that forward line tick at the minute.
Yeah, doing particularly well. He's burst into life in this game in the past 10 or 12 minutes. He's been the prominent member of that Enniskillen Gaels attacking unit as Colin Quinn lines up this free. He got the first score of the 2020 Manor House Football League season, and unbelievably Conor Quinn has put that kick wide set.
That'll be disappointing wide now, you know, from he probably seem to be the recognised free taker for the Gaels there at the minute. You know, that's just on probably 23 yards out, a bit to the left of the post. You know, should be for a free taker. You put them down, you take them off, you know.
Yeah, and I suppose you look at the wides that the Gaels have scored or have hit in this first half, and they've 6 already in the opening 26 minutes, and some of them, you know, good opportunities for scores.
Yeah, good opportunity for scores, and then you always also had probably 3 to the keeper as well, 3 or 4 to the keepers as well, Jared, you know.
Yeah.
So you could nearly put that down as 10, you're in the double figures.
Yeah, well, you know, if you're looking at possession, but I suppose the thing that's always said about possession, it doesn't win you anything, but the Enniskillen Gaels have dominated possession, and based on that, I suppose they deserve their lead.
Certainly, as you alluded there too, they're taking control of midfield here at the minute, so they're, you know, and they're really working hard in that area. They can get a lot of breaking ball, getting hands on ball in there. You know, clean catching or nothing, you know.
Yeah, we might need the lights coming on here at half time, because it's getting a little bit darker every moment here in Brewster Park as we wait for this kick out. And while we do, we thank Mark Drum from McGee's of East Bridge Street in Enniskillen for the food and beverages for their support for this game, and of course Peter Marone from Fermanagh and Tyrone Financial Services based in the Irvinestown area. Open all year round, and if you need any financial advice, Peter is your man. He can be got in Irvinestown there, and so too Mark Drum here in Enniskillen, as Richard O'Callaghan spreads the play over this side of the field. The ball is now in the hands of Ronan Beattie. Beattie comes forward for Enniskillen. Beattie feeds the ball inside again. Back it comes out here to Johnny Casty. Kicked a point a moment ago. Looks up, spreads the play over to Ronan Beattie. Beattie for Enniskillen Gaels. Beattie left-footed, in it goes again, looking for Richard O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan takes the mark. This time O'Callaghan will have an easier opportunity because he's just dead straight in front of the goals. I know I said that the last time, but I just don't think he will miss this opportunity. His confidence will be high after notching a goal a few moments ago. He's dead straight in front of the goals. He's on the 20-metre line, kicks it right-footed, and he kicks it, well, the umpire hasn't indicated. Is that over or is that wide?
The umpire's done that.
I think he's kicked it wide.
I think it's kicked it wide.
Yeah, I think that ball has gone wide. We'll see now again.
I didn't see the referee right now in his notebook either, Jared.
And the scoreboard hasn't changed.
No,
so I have
a terrible miss if it is.
Oh, it's an awful miss. So we have the replay just coming up here in front of me in a moment. I'm following the play and taking a look at the replay at the same time. Trying to multitask, not easy, but he did. He kicked it wide. Definitely kicked it wide. Johnny Casty comes forward with it. Casty lays it back inside, gives it to Durish. Durish, back it goes again. This time the ball has been spilled, and Irvinestown might turn over, but well read by Callum Jones. Jones is pushed there, but the referee allows play to continue. Looked like that should have been a free in. Rory Keane, hands all over Callum Jones, but referee says play can continue, and out the field come the Irvinestown team in the shape here of John McElhill. It's been a wee while since they've been up this side of the field. Matter of fact, you have to go back to the goal that Gary Maguire got in the 22nd minute. That's their last score, so that's 8 minutes ago, because we have now played 30 minutes in this opening half. We'll play whatever injury time the referee has added on, plus of course the 2 minutes that's allocated for the water break, as Enniskillen Gaels come forward again. They'd like another score before half time. Richard O'Callaghan feeds it inside again, looking for the danger man. The danger man on this occasion is Kelly into Jones. Jones shoots! In off the post and back out again. How unfortunate for Callum Jones. He still has another opportunity to get a point, and he pops it over the bar. And if for his industry alone, he deserves that point. And very, very unfortunate that it wasn't a goal.
Very unfortunate, Jared. Yeah, great slick move by Enniskillen. They're moving the ball quickly by foot into Conor Kelly, who hit into Colin Quinn. A great ball, turned, beat the keeper, but came off the post. But done well to get recover and get a point out of it.
Very, very unfortunate. That's a brilliant take in the middle of the field, this time by Largo Ellis, and it's one that Irvinestown badly needed. They're certainly up against the cosh, and that's a foot trip there, but I think accidental, so I don't think it'll be anything more than the free in. Yeah.
Everything could do to score before half time, Jared, you know.
Yeah. They're slightly rattled at the minute.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Need something just to settle them down and get them, ease them into the break, maybe just 2 points behind, and get into I was going to say the comfort of the dressing room, but there was no dressing rooms this evening. Unfortunately, they're going to have to stand out in the rain, which is unfortunate for players.
If I was a manager, I'd be saying the referee just turn it over right away, no break.
Fairly quickly, yeah. Well, Paddy O'Brien, the Irvinestown manager, might want a little word in some of the ears of his players, maybe rejig things, see can he get his side back into this game as Gary Maguire kicks it. That's a brilliant effort by Gary Maguire, but well held on that occasion there by Owen Beacom. Brilliant hands by Beacom, takes it cleanly, and then Enniskillen Gaels will try to come forward again in the shape of Durish. He's handled a lot of ball in this half. Still Durish holds possession, gives it there towards Timmy Boyd. Boyd back to the man who caught it back on his own line. That's Owen Beacom as the referee gives a loud shrill on his whistle, and it's half time here in Brewster Park in this Senior Football League Division 1. The Manor House sponsors Senior Football League Division 1 tie, the first game of this season, and it is Enniskillen Gaels, the home side, who lead 1-5 to 1-2. And my guest here with me is Sid Malone, and Sid, you would have to say that that's probably a deserved lead for Enniskillen Gaels.
Probably a fair reflection of the first half, Jared. You know, the Gaels have played very, 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 very well. Created numerous chances. Would be disappointed with their wide total and their shot short of the keeper as well. But in fairness, I think it's a fair reflection of the first half. But again, a first half of football that, you know, to watch was very, very good, Jared. You know, it was a lot of energy in it, a lot of good football played by both teams. Probably the break came at the right time for the Gaels, the wrong time for Irvinestown at the time when they were in the ascendancy. But since the break, Enniskillen have taken over, you know, both in the middle third of the field there, and their quality in the forward line then for getting them key scores.
Yeah, and I suppose those last 2 points you've said, I think, are the most salient points. Said they're dominating the midfield sector, they're winning a high percentage of Irvinestown kickouts, and the likes of Conor Kelly and Callum Jones are thriving on the amount of possession that they're getting.
Exactly, Jared. You know, they're getting a lot of possession in there, and then, okay, they're making mistakes surely, but they know that chance is going to come again, and they're really like the way the forwards are showing. They're out in front, demanding the ball to come in, you know, and their handling is good, you know, and they're picking out passes, and as we say, they're getting the scores, you know.
And positions seem to mean nothing to them, really.
No, they're roving about all over the place there, because Richie started at, I think, maybe corner forward, and this time he's out here at being a half back, so he's, you know, and then he's in and out and in and out. And Conor Kelly's the same, he's out the field. Callum Jones is out the field. He's having an excellent game, Callum Jones, around the middle third. They're getting onto a lot of ball, and again the head up, looking for that inside ball, that inside forward line, you know. But there's some fine feeling in there, and then in the Gaels forward line as well. They're a dangerous outfit up front now, so they are, you know, if they get ball in there.
Yeah, and I suppose I was looking this evening before I came down, I was asking Paddy Reel, John Reel, Conor Love, Brandon Horn. He had them four boys into that team. I know Irvinestown are also missing players, Kevin McDonald and James Duffy, two fine footballers missing as well. But if you were Paddy O'Brien in the Irvinestown, I was going to say dressing room, but evidently not, given the team talk at half time, is there anything that he can do with his side to sort of turn the tide a little, particularly in around that middle third that you've referred to?
I think we probably just need to get more bodies in there, you know, Jared, and compete and get in there for the 30 ball, you know, because at the end of the day, there's no clean catching in there, but Enniskillen seem to be picking up all the breaks, which means they're that little bit hungrier, and like in Irvinestown need to show that little bit more hunger to get those breaking balls and get a bit of possession in the Gaels defence, you know, because, you know, for that most of that second period of the first half, like most of the game was played in the Irvinestown defence, and we had only sporadic attacks into the Enniskillen defence. That defence hasn't really been tested yet, the Enniskillen defence, you know. So if Irvinestown don't get a foothold around the middle third, like I can see them maybe losing this game by maybe 6 or 7 points. You know?
Yeah. And I suppose for our listeners, Sylvester,
a dry sod for most of the year, and then the wet now, you know, when players not been used to playing in wet conditions, that, you know, and handling, and you know, evidently these players have only been at collective sessions, I suppose, for 4 to 6 weeks there, so the ball work wouldn't have been, you know, 100% all the time, you know, plus the fact it's probably the first intensive action they've had since last year. You know. So in fairness, there, for what we have seen today, like I think it's a very good fare for anybody watching the game as a neutral. And personally, myself, I'm enjoying the game.
Yeah, well, you know, and I suppose it's the 2 goals always light up a half, you know, and the first one came in the 15-minute, rather fortuitous from Gary Maguire. But look at they all count as the
all count. Once it goes in there and around the melting pot, like, you know, a couple of bodies about and the keeper's onside it, you know, and just takes a nick maybe of a defender or an attacker, and it's in the back of the net, you know, and then Irvinestown probably built on that then, but as I say, the break came then, and that sort of knocked them, give probably John Wheel a chance to get into Enniskillen, you know, and get them motivated a bit more and get them on top.
Yeah, I just getting some information handed to me here, and it's not good news from a Devonish perspective. They were playing in the under-19 Division 2 League final this evening out at Timor, and the home side have just edged to victory 2-12 to 113. So a close and tight encounter, but Timor Shammers, congratulations to them. They're the under-19 Division 2 champions for 2020, and the other Division 3 final, the result of it is Derry Lynn, who had home advantage 5-17. That's a total of 32 points, and Adam C, 3-10, 19 points. So congratulations to Derry Lynn, 5-17 to 3-10 victory over Adam C. So Derry Lynn and Timor, the neighbours, will be happy tonight out there.
Disappointing for Devonish, like the boys have put in a big effort in that competition, you know, but I suppose the way COVID went and all that, you know, we'd only had one game, and then I think it was a toss of a coin for the venue,
right.
You know. So good luck to Timor, like, you know. But our lads they're coming, you know. They'll be there again, so they will.
Good to hear that. Well, we're looking out at the pitch here. We're thinking about taking a couple of minutes break. I think that's probably a good idea, because neither side ready to come back out on the field. So for now, from Sid and myself, don't go too far. Put on the kettle, get a cup of tea, but be back in a couple of minutes for live and uninterrupted coverage of the second half. We're off for that.
Again, fed the ball into Richie Callan, runners coming on to him, fed it off to Colin Jones, and away he went.
Yep.
Over the bar, great score, great start. The short that Enniskillen wanted, but Irvinestown didn't want,
Yeah, 30 seconds gone in the second half. First score, and again dominant in the midfield area. And this time Owen Beacon rises high, wins the ball. He's been told to bring the ball forward. Once again, thanks to our sponsors tonight, Mark Drum of McGee's of East Bridge Street, Enniskillen, for food and beverages. A warm welcome awaits you when you go to McGee's. And of course to Peter Malone from Fermanagh and Tyrone Financial Services. Callum Jones picks up the loose ball. Callum Jones is on fire. He pops the ball over the bar. Super point on this occasion, this time from distance. Callum Jones has hit the last 3 points in this game, and it means that Enniskillen Gaels lead 1-7 to 1-2.
I think Irvinestown was disappointed that the referee blew his whistle there, Jared, for something I think he made have thought it was a mark. Then they stopped playing. But Enniskillen didn't stop, they played on, but he's letting the point stand.
Well, I suppose the choice is if the player puts up his hand and calls for the mark, well then the referee adheres to that. But if he doesn't,
and he spilt the ball.
Oh right, he spilt the ball. So then play can continue.
Can continue.
But if the whistle goes, that's maybe the problem.
That's what stopped there.
Yeah. Well, they'll be looking for a response, and they need a response because this game is slowly but surely slipping away from them. It's 1-7 to 1-2. Michael Mann kicks the ball forward. I'm not sure what he's seen there, but Irvinestown win it back. Oh, that looked like a throw ball. The ball is fed back out there. Eventually it comes there to Michael Mahan, back to Paul Leonard. Leonard inside, tight, close to the sideline. Well kept in play by Largo Ellis. Largo Ellis, back it goes there to Kevin Duffy. Duffy gives it back to the full back. That's Charlotte Maguire. Maguire coming forward. Looked as if that was a free. Referee says play can continue. Michael Mahan has it. Mahan gives it to the centre half forward. Gary Maguire threads a good ball inside there. Well picked up there by the corner forward. That's Shane Gowan. Gowan, strong and purposeful, gives it back to Paul Leonard. Leonard still in possession. And the Enniskillen Gaels get everybody bar 2 players behind the ball. Everybody inside their own 45, apart from Callum Jones and the Conor Kelly, as the ball is floated in around the danger area. The goalkeeper watches it intently. That's Cian Newman, and Newman tries to come out but is touched, and the referee says that will be a free to Enniskillen Gaels and their goalkeeper Cian Newman, and he takes it quickly, and the ball is cleared, but the ball given away on that occasion, picked up there again by Rory Keane. He's had an excellent game. Keane gives it forward there to Paul Leonard, another man involved in a lot of the action for Irvinestown. Gives it to Liam McQuaid. McQuaid slips it inside. Still possession football for Irvinestown. Gives it back inside there to Michael Mahan. Enniskillen Gaels, as I say again, have everybody bar 2 players inside their own half, and that forces the long shot again. On this occasion it breaks favourably for Enniskillen Gaels, and out they come with it in the shape of Conal Quinn, I think it is, back there deep in his own rear guard, coming out with it. Gives it over to Con McShea. McShea eventually gives it to Durish. Durish gives it to Beacom, and Enniskillen Gaels, I was going to say, play their way out of this tricky situation very well, but the ball results in a free, but the free is taken very quickly and goes out over the sideline, and the Enniskillen Gaels management team would be disappointed with that, kicking the ball straight out over the sideline set.
I think Irvinestown started letting in long high balls in around the square there. Maybe they're looking to get a goal, maybe to get them back into the game, but I think it would be far better maybe working in and taking their points, because they're not out of this game by no means.
Referee wants to have a word with the midfielder for Irvinestown, that's Kevin Duffy. Kevin not happy with the decision that was made, and he becomes the first player. He challenged the referee, and he becomes the first player to pick up a yellow card in this evening's Manor House Senior Football League Division 1 tie between Enniskillen Gaels and Irvinestown here in Brewster Park. You're listening or watching on Fermanagh GA TV, and we're delighted to have you all on board wherever you are over the world. We hope you're enjoying this broadcast as Irvinestown come forward again. Charlotte Maguire, purposeful run by Maguire. Maguire gets a shot away, and that's a fine score by Charlotte Maguire. So the young defender is showing the forward unit how to score points.
It's a cracking score, George. It was, took a ball from Gary Maguire in the middle third there, drove purposely up the centre of the field and hit a cracking point from about 35 yards out.
And here they come again, another opportunity. This time it's floated in around the danger area by Largo Ellis. Irvinestown managed to retain possession. Largo Ellis gets it back again. close to the end line, close enough to the sideline, does well, cuts inside, still has it, lays it back there to Michael Mahan. Mahan inside, it's tight in there, but coming forward, a brilliant dummy solo there by Kevin Duffy, the man who was booked a moment ago, and Duffy does particularly well. Brilliant bit of skill there, won the free, and this is another opportunity for Irvinestown.
Yeah, great bit of skill there by Kevin Duffy there. Dummy solo, created a bit of space for him, was just driving in to kick it over the bar and was pulled back. Gary Maguire should put this over and be 2 good scores in a row for Irvinestown.
Yeah, as you said, a couple of scores gets them right back in the hunt. Well, it'll be, if this goes over, as you say, it'll be 1-7 to 1-4, just one score between the teams as Gary Maguire lines this one up. He's kicked a goal and a point tonight so far, and this I would say will be another score. Yep, over the bar it goes. So Gary Maguire with a goal and 2, impressive tally. That's it.
Impressive tally, sure, Jared. Probably one of the key forwards that Irvinestown have. Both on the ball, when he has the ball, he's a great man to pick a pass and see the play. And as you say, for dead ball situations, he's excellent.
Yeah, been excellent tonight in difficult conditions as Enniskillen Gaels come forward again. But this one ball has been turned over and Liam McQuaid kicks it, and not a good ball, aimless ball is right and given away. Roland Beattie delightfully picks it up and says thank you very much, as gives it over to Johnny Castey. Castey looks up, delivers a more purposeful ball looking for Richie O'Callaghan, but it goes over O'Callaghan's head and it goes out for a kick out to the Irvinestown men.
Play's going to be a wee bit scrappy at the minute, Jared, whatever, the rain's come down very, very heavy at the minute.
Yeah, difficult conditions here in Brewster Park, as the goalkeeper Jerome Carlton lines up the kick out. Gets good distance. Oh, well held again there by Owen Beacom. Beacom does well into Richard O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan, rain very, very heavy at the minute. Well, Richard O'Callaghan, well, the referee has awarded the free here for Irvinestown, or for Enniskillen Gaels, much to the dismay of the Irvinestown contingent. Probably a soft enough one on that occasion, as Owen Beacom is the man who lines this one up. Beacom thought about taking it off the ground, but is going to take it out of his hands. Bounces it 3 times, takes a step forward. Here he comes, difficult kick. It's on its way in round the danger area. It goes. Richard O'Callaghan gets his fist on it, but it goes to the right hand side and goes wide. Another wide for Enniskillen. It was Owen Beacom's kick, and it was flicked on by O'Callaghan, but goes to the right hand side and wide. And we thank again our sponsors for this evening's game, Mark Drum and Peter Marone. Mark Drum from McGee's of East Bridge Street, Enniskillen, and Peter Marone from Fermanagh and Tyrone Financial Services in Irvinestown. And of course we have a game on Sunday as well. More on that in a moment, as Irvinestown come forward now in the shape of Michael Mahan. Mahan on the left foot gets a shot in, but he'll be disappointed with that. It was a good opportunity. He was dead straight in front of the goals. He was about 25 to 30 metres out, but he dropped it in the hands of Cian Newman. We look at the watch, it says we played 9 minutes of this second half. Scoreboard says Enniskillen Gaels 1-7, Irvinestown 1-4. The rain comes down heavier and heavier as this game goes on. The floodlights are on in Brewster Park. The 4th of July or whatever date it is. 24th of July, and the floodlights shining bright in Brewster Park. Who would have thought it? First senior league game of the 2020 season. Irvinestown and Enniskillen 1-7 to 1-4. The home side lead. They're in possession of the football in the shape of Colin Quinn. Quinn has it for Enniskillen. Quinn still in possession, lays it back, this time into the hands of Conor McShea. McShea comes forward, very pedestrian. Now he looks forward to clear or to give it into the forward line, but is well read on that occasion, and that's what you call a defensive mark. On this occasion we've had forward marks and now we have defensive marks, but Charlotte Maguire is the man who's not worrying about marks at the minute. He's trying to make his mark on this game. He made his mark on it a few moments ago when he kicked a fine point for Irvinestown. That was in the 5th minute. We're now in the 10th minute of this game. Irvinestown trailed by 3 points. Next score crucial. Ball in the hands of Charlotte Maguire. He's fouled. Referee says the free can be taken. Michael Mahan is the man will take it. Mahan looks for his options. Not much movement at the moment for him. Mahan being encouraged to take it, but Irvinestown are preparing a sub, and the referee says now will be a good time to bring that substitute on, and it's Caelan Ward wearing number 27 who will come onto the field of play. So Ward wearing 27 is on, and coming off down below us there is the corner forward, and that is Sean Clear is the man who makes his way off. So Clear is replaced by Caelan Ward, and now the free can be taken, and Gary Maguire's the man who takes it, gives it down, looking for the free, and winning the free there is Largo Ellis. Largo Ellis lays it back to Maguire. Maguire might fancy this one, Sid.
Might fancy this one, surely, Jared, yeah.
Suit the left-footed kicker.
Yeah.
This would be a big score if he can nail it.
It'd be a massive score for Irvinestown, you know, brings them right back into the game.
Yeah, well, he's looking to go short. Now elects to go long in round the danger area, but I will always call that a defender's ball, but on this occasion it's broke favourably for the Irvinestown men, and well, Shane Gowan went to ground there.
He got a free there.
He got a free, I think. I would agree with you.
He used his experience there, Jared, so he did.
He did indeed. And well, this is definitely an easy opportunity for Irvinestown to come within just the 2 points of Enniskillen. Just looking at that one on the video or the replay, and definitely he made the most of it.
Yeah.
Used his experience, as you said, Sid. As Gary Maguire lines this one up. Gary's a goal and 2 to his name. This should be a goal and 3. This time he's going to take it out of his hand, by the looks of things. Just waiting on the referee's instructions. Here he comes. Maguire, left-footed, over the bar it goes. So another point, and Irvinestown have scored the last 3 points in the game. The Enniskillen management will be scratching their head about that one, and there's a bit of movement down on the bench, I see.
They've come into the well again, Irvinestown, so they have, you know. We're getting a bit of control around the middle third here, picking up the 30 balls we talked about at half time.
Yeah, that's a brilliant pick-up on that occasion by Shane Gowan. What a pick-up that was. Put his head where men mightn't have put their boots, and Irvinestown win possession of the football, and they have it with Paul Leonard, and there they come forward again. As I say, they've scored the last 3 points. One more would evidently bring them within 1, and it's this man Miller coming forward again. He's had a fine game. In round the danger area it goes. In Enniskillen full back there is Paddy Casty, and Casty watched it all the way, got his hand on it, and it goes out over the end line, and it'll be a 45 for Irvinestown and Gary Maguire, I would suggest.
I would suggest that, Jared, too, yeah.
Two subs coming on here for Enniskillen Gaels. It's number 23 and number 24. 23 is Nathan Turney, and 24 is Lorcan Love. And coming off the field there is Timmy Boyd, is it? Yeah, Timmy Boyd wearing 13 is one of the players that comes off, and I think it's Conor Murphy, is it, wearing number 10? Yeah, Conor Murphy wearing 10 comes off. So a couple of changes, and Enniskillen Gaels probably had to do that.
Yeah, they did indeed, because Irvinestown's in the Sensi at the minute, like, you know, they're getting most of the 30 ball around the middle third here at the minute, and they're creating chances.
And this is a big kick in the context of this game. Here he comes, 45 metres out. He has got the distance but not the accuracy. Breaks favourably. Still an opportunity for the midfielder. That's Liam McQuaid. McQuaid feeds it back out. The ball goes in. Ball comes back off the post into the back of the net. Michael Mahan has rattled the back of the net. The shot went in. Fortuitously came off the upright, standing waiting for it dead straight in front of the goals was Michael Mann, and you just don't miss from there. Irvinestown lead 2-5 to 1-7, said.
2-5 to 1-7, yeah. Ball coming off the post, you know, everybody had sort of maybe thought it was going wide, and he came off the post, just fell into his hands, and as you said, Jared, you don't miss from there, 5 yards out.
Well, people from an Enniskillen Gaels perspective will argue that that's 2 fortuitous goals that Irvinestown have got, but look at,
if you're not, as you said, if you don't pay the ticket, you don't win.
That's it,
you know?
That's it, yeah. So here come the Irvinestown men again. They certainly have dominated this last 10 minutes of this second half. When you remember, Enniskillen Gaels led 1-5 to 1-2 at half time. They then, courtesy of 2 brilliant Callum Jones points, went 1-7 to 1-2 in front. But since then, it's been all Irvinestown. Jarlath Maguire with a point, Gary Maguire with 2 frees, and then Michael Mann with that goal means it's 2-5 to 1-7, and they're like a different team.
Different team, Jared. Yeah. Whatever.
The Loch McCrory man, Paddy McBride
said at half time, you know, they're getting into for that 30 ball, so they're taking the breaking ball in the middle third, and they're taking their scores.
Yeah, and they're growing in confidence is the thing I'm noticing out here. Said they're very comfortable. They're all looking for the ball. These young players, the likes of Rory Keane there, are very keen to be involved. if you excuse the pun.
Very, first time I seen that lad on young. I was seeing young Ellis at underage level and that, and
there's a great ball there again, and that's brilliant football. And now frees up the man in space is Paul Leonard. Leonard coming storming forward. He has support there. That's from Charlotte Maguire. Maguire scored a point a moment ago. Oh, well, maybe he is a fullback.
Yeah. I was very impressed with his performance so far. Maybe he should have laid that off inside again, but you can't fault his industry there. He was really keen to get onto that ball, pushed hard from full back.
Yeah, and now we're at this break again, Sid, and this is a question for you. Who is this going to favour? We'll not know, I suppose.
We probably won't know it. We talked about it in the first half, and we said it as it witnessed. It came in favour of Enniskillen, so Irvinestown will be hoping they'll come out, all guns blazing for the last 15 minutes. But the Gaels need to look at it, and they have to come out with, get a couple of early scores here.
Yeah, you would think there would have to be a response in the Gaels because they were particularly impressive in the first half. They dominated the game for long periods. Didn't reflect that on the scoreboard because of the wides that they hit and the ones that dropped short. But Irvinestown have been much more economical when they're dominating the game, and they've been economical in front of the post and taking scores.
Well, they're making strides in here in the forward line. They're pushing forward from deep here, and they're causing problems there in the Enniskillen defence, which Enniskillen defence hadn't really been tested in the first half. But as we said, the goal was fortuitous when he came off the post, but we put it away well, and that's the score that sort of is the difference at the minute.
Yeah, huge goals win games, as the saying goes, and Irvinestown have got two of them. Gary Maguire and Michael Mahan being the goal scorers, and this gives us an opportunity to advise you that on Sunday it'll be St Pat's against Adramsea, coming to you live from Dona at 1 p.m. So set your clocks for that, 1 o'clock in Dona. And our sponsors of that game will be Deering Agri Supplies and Clonus Agri Supplies, Martin McCaffrey for all your agricultural needs, and also McGoldrick Insulation, high performance injected EPS insulation. That's Raymond McGoldrick. And also we'll thank Mark Drum and Peter Marone from McGee's of Enniskillen, and Peter Marone from Fermanagh Financial Services for their sponsorship of tonight's game. So if you're interested in sponsoring any of these live broadcasts, let us know. Let the County Treasurer Sean Burns or Phil Flanagan, who's the brains behind all of this, let us know, and we'll gladly accept sponsorship for the games. As the second half of the second half has started in the rain, and I see a substitute on for Enniskillen Gaels there. Number 19 has entered the field of play, and that's Matthew Dixon. Didn't just pick up who went off, but we'll look at that in a moment as Enniskillen come forward with Owen Beacom. Beacom feeds it there to his midfield partner Conor McShea. McShea has support from Johnny Cassidy. This is better from Enniskillen Gaels. Can they round it off with a score? No. Drops it short again into the hands of the Irvinestown goalkeeper, and that's Jerome Carlton. And Carlton clears his lines, and Josh Largo Ellis, what an athlete he is, comes striding forward again, gives it back to the goal scorer, and now Largo Ellis is in acres of space if the ball can be laid to him, but good defending on that occasion by the substitute. But Irvinestown managed to retain possession, but not a good ball in, and it's watched all the way there by Aaron Nolan, the cornerback, gives it over to his other cornerback, that is Michael Durish, and over comes to the fullback and out to the midfielder, that is Owen Beacom. Beacom clears his lines again to Callum Jones. Jones feeds it forward, good ball there to Conor Kelly. Kelly's been quiet this second half, well marshalled, good ball inside, can't give Kelly any space, but again good defending on that occasion. Paddy O'Brien willing them forward, advising them what to do. He's nearly on the field, kicking every ball there as the ball goes close to the sideline. The ball is eventually taken forward there by Nathan Turney, and the referee is awarded, I think he's awarded a free, is it?
Free there, yeah, free to Enniskillen.
Yeah, free to Enniskillen.
Mm-hmm.
And Paddy O'Brien, he's kicking every ball.
Every ball, he's out there, yeah.
Experienced man, Paddy. He's taken a number of clubs in Tyrone, and his own home club, of course, Loch McCrory. He's managed them a number of times as well, so he has been round the houses, as the saying goes. As Owen Beacom picks up a yellow card. Didn't notice what that one was for. But I think it's...
I think there's an off-the-ball incident on the far side, Jared.
Yeah. So, the free will be taken by Ronan Beatty. Beatty gives it to Johnny Casti. Casti fists it forward, lays it, gets it back again. This is good from Casti. Drop one short a moment ago. That doesn't stop him going for this one on this occasion, but it goes to the left-hand side and goes wide. Another wide for Enniskillen Gaels.
It was a kick under pressure, so it would have been better maybe after making a forceful one out there, maybe led off to a fresher pair of legs, but you know.
It's interesting the way that they're not getting, in the first half, Richie O'Callaghan and Conor Kelly were getting a ball very easy, I would suggest. They're getting nothing in the second half.
As we talked about half time, Irvinestown are getting ball in the middle third now, which they weren't getting in the first half, but the man you mentioned, Richie, hasn't been in the game since the start of the second half.
I might have spoke too soon, because here he comes, but the goalkeeper done particularly well. The two men I spoke about there, Conor Kelly and Richard O'Callaghan, it was Kelly who put the ball in. It was Richard O'Callaghan who went up to contest it. Looked as if he was going to flick it into the back of the net, but the goalkeeper, it has to be said, Jerome Carlton, done excellent. Got his fist on it and cleared his lines, and Irvinestown have possession of the football. We've played 21 minutes in this second half. We haven't had a score now for 7 minutes. The last score was the goal from Michael Mahan that put Irvinestown 2 points in front. 11 plays, 11 plays 10. They're only 1 point in front, 2-5 to 110. As the ball is in the hands now of, well, it's in the hands of nobody, because they're both tussling for it there on the ground, and eventually the referee says that Kevin Duffy has been fouled, and the referee awards the free to Irvinestown. But these conditions and the energy that these players have put into this game, they'll be tired, and there'll be mistakes in these last 10,
15 minutes. Jared will tell the tale now, because as you say, under the conditions, and particularly in the first game of the season, and you haven't been up into that match intensity for a long time, you will get tired, and the team that is strong mentally will probably come out in the end. But at the minute, Irvinestown are holding their own here. They're good value for their lead.
Yeah, I said, I'm just looking at my notes here when there's a break in play, and Enniskillen Gaels haven't scored since the first minute. Callum Jones got 2 points in the opening minute, and haven't scored since.
That
tells a tale.
That tells a tale, yeah. Irvinestown have really taken over here, so they have.
Yeah. But still, only it's a point game.
It's only a point game, yeah. Yep.
Well, we're really looking forward to these last 10 minutes. If you're an Irvinestown or an Enniskillen Gaels supporter and you're sitting at home watching this, you're probably on the edge of your seats, and you will be for the last 10 minutes, hopefully. We hope you enjoy this broadcast here on Fermanagh GA TV. There's a little bit of nonsense going on in the middle of the field there between Johnny Cassidy and the two number 6s, as it is, Paul Leonard. But not a lot. Bit of pushing, bit of shoving. It'll all be sorted when play resumes. Referee probably wise to tell them just to take the free.
Yeah.
Gary Maguire is the man with the ball in his hands. Gary trying to steal a few yards with Michael Keown. The referee telling him not to be thinking of that. Take a few steps back. Good ball in by Maguire. Excellent ball down to Largo Ellis. Ellis has it. Still in possession. Needs support. So does the ball, but it's well turned over. Oh! The referee says that that's a free for a little push on Largo Ellis, and I think Sid, he's fortunate. But these things balance themselves out.
They do. That's a fortunate free. You know, I think he would have been in the close to being over carrying there. You know, Jared should have been a free out, maybe. You know.
Yeah. Difficult for the ref, I suppose.
It is indeed.
The player had it back to him as well there, also. So Paddy O'Brien on there telling Gary Maguire what to do. But I think Gary knows.
Gary knows, yeah.
Gary knows.
This is a big score here, you know. But a goal, I think, is a goal of different. No, 2 points.
Put 2 points in it. Yeah. So it's the conditions make this one difficult. Otherwise, Gary Maguire would hit these with his eyes closed. The rain is getting really, really heavy here. I've been saying that.
Score.
Oh, that's lovely effort by Gary Maguire. Brilliant score by Maguire. That's 1-4 he's rattling up this evening. So that's a significant contribution to this game.
It is indeed, Jared. Yeah, you know, and that's as well as his general play. That's what he's very good at too. Then, you know, the dead ball situations.
Well, kick out taken quickly. 25 minutes playing. Well held in the middle of the field. Largo Ellis again, I think it is it? Coming forward with it. Was he tripped? No. Referee says play can continue. Ball goes to ground. Oh, good skill there by the Enniskillen Gaels midfielder, but kicked the ball too far in front of him. That was Conor McShea, and Irvinestown hungry for possession, and they have it in the shape of Caelan Moore, the substitute. They're definitely finishing the stronger team as Miller goes forward again. That's a fair shoulder, I would suggest. Yep. Referee says it is. But look at how deep Conor Kelly is, and look at how deep Richie O'Callaghan is foraging for this ball, and now it's fed forward in there looking for the substitute. That's Nathan Tierney, but Tierney can't retain possession, and Irvinestown do well, win the free, and well, they'll be happy with that. It's well defended.
Sure, well defended, Jared. Very dicey there. They leave one on one in there, one slip, and you're through on goal. You know.
I was surprised when I looked up and seen a 1-on-1. To be honest.
I think that's what the Gaels are trying to create, that situation a lot of the time there.
But they're living on scraps at the moment in terms of possession in this particularly in this second half.
Well, Irvinestown have come out their hungrier team in the second half, and the Gaels really haven't got going in the second half.
No, hungry and fitter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And here they come again, and there's that man Miller on the overlap again. And nobody tracking him. Here he comes. This is an opportunity. The referee allows play to continue. Back it goes to the sub Ward. Ward flicks it in. Oh, it's well defended again. The full back for Enniskillen Gaels, Paddy Cassidy, does well. Clears his line. 2-point game here in Brewster Park in this the Manor House Senior Football League Division 1 encounter between Irvinestown and Enniskillen Gaels. Ball is in the hands of Richie O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan goes to ground. Looks as if Richie's picked up an injury here. Not sure what has happened.
He got a slap there just now. Tried to get him down and try and knock the ball, but he caught him in the face, I think, with an open hand. I don't think there was anything malicious in it, Jared. It was just more or less an accident.
Didn't see it, to be honest.
I don't think the referee seen it either, you know.
So, well, he dropped there and just evidently he knew there was something not right. Well, the referee will give Richard O'Callaghan, and rightly so, the time to get back on his feet and get the game.
It'd be interesting to see how he restarts it. Will he give Irvinestown possession because they had possession, or will he throw up the ball?
Well, I think the rule would be that Irvinestown will have possession.
Exactly. Yeah.
So he stopped the game to attend to a head injury. So the team that's in possession, or the team that will restart. Yeah, that's what he's decided.
Right decision.
Yeah. Well, we think that's what he's decided. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, he's operating with a smile on his face, and it's always good to see. So, free will go the way of Irvinestown, or a resumption will go the way of Irvinestown, I should say, and they'll be in no rush to take this playing into their hands. There's just 2 minutes left in the game, plus additional time, whatever he decides to add on. And this is tight situation here for Jarlath Maguire. He wouldn't have wanted that ball back, but he's done particularly well as he kept it in play. He has. Well, that's excellent from. Well, there's a bit of nonsense now, so there is starting down below us, and something we don't really want to see, as Paddy O'Brien was unhappy about something that happened there, and now a number of the players are getting involved in it. We'll just see it here on the replay as Jarlath Maguire picked up the ball. There was 3 players around him, and well, Johnny Cassidy was going to ground, and I don't think it was deliberate. He left a knee on the back of Maguire, but I don't think it was deliberate, and that's what Paddy O'Brien's remonstrating about. He thinks it was deliberate. And now the nonsense is continuing. The referee, but this will suit Irvinestown.
Oh yeah, suit Irvinestown, yeah.
Now he wants to have a word with Paddy O'Brien here, and it wouldn't be the first time, I have to say.
Right.
It certainly wouldn't be the first time.
Well,
and probably not the last.
We're all passionate, so we are.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, as the ball is kicked forward, and well, it's picked up well there by the Enniskillen rearguard Matthew Dixon, as the man gives it to Beacom. Beacom looks up, gives it down, but again, ball picked up by Gary Maguire. Maguire in a tricky situation, kicks it into space, down the sideline, giving the forward a bit of an option there to get it, but it's well read on that occasion by Aaron Nolan, but it's back deep in his own end of the pitch. As a matter of fact, he's been hassled so much that he's gone out over the sideline, and the end line, and he's been awarded a free. So free to Enniskillen Gaels as they come forward. They need a score, 2-6 to 1-7. That's 12 to 10, and we're into injury time. 30 minutes played here in Brewster Park. It's up to the discretion of the referee how long he wants to add on. I would suggest 3 to 4 minutes as Richard O'Callaghan comes powering forward with possession for Enniskillen Gaels. Gets it back again. This is better. Still O'Callaghan. This is brilliant from O'Callaghan. Still going. Needs support. Still O'Callaghan. Doesn't need support. Gets the shot. And that's a super score. The point of the day, I would suggest. He done it all on his own. It looked as if he needed support, but he didn't. Said terrific play from Richard.
Powerful run, took a ball in the 45 and just straight down the middle, ran at the heart of Irvinestown defence, was strong on the ball and stepped inside just on the 21 and dissected the post. Excellent score from Richie. That should give us a very, very tense couple of minutes left, Jared, here.
Well, we definitely selected a good game to choose as our first broadcast this weekend, because we're down to a 1 point game and we're down to just a minute or two left in the game as Enniskillen Gaels win the kick out, but they give it away and Irvinestown have it, and it's a matter of retaining possession now for Irvinestown. But Johnny Cassidy, a tricky customer at the best of times, brings it out over the sideline. Has he? Well, the flag went up and then it went down, so Irvinestown win possession. They still retain it there in the shape of Shane Gowan. And who else would they want on the ball? Only the experienced Shane Gowan. Gives it to the overlapping young Miller there, Joey Miller, but as well run on that occasion. And the foul, there's a free there to Enniskillen Gaels, and this could be last chance saloon. The ball is in the hands of the substitute for Enniskillen. That's Lorcan Love. Love gives it inside there to Owen Beacom. Beacom in possession for Enniskillen Gaels. Last throw of the dice for the home side here in this encounter. They need a point to level the game, and the man who has it is Conor Kelly. He was brilliant in the first half. Has Kelly been fouled? Referee says he has. Referee says he has been fouled, and Kelly done particularly well, strong and purposeful again, took on his man and resulted in the free. And now this is a big kick for one of the Enniskillen Gaels attackers.
He's done that all night long, Jared. When he gets on the ball, he takes his man on right away, puts him on the back foot and tries to get by him, you know. And it was a free, like he was pulled back, but this is a very, very important kick here.
Owen Beacom, it's a very difficult free. We look at the watch, 32 minutes and 17 seconds played. Owen Beacom, he's on the 20 metre line. He's about 10, 12 metres in from the sideline. The ball is on its way. It hasn't got the accuracy. He might have been better trying to work that one short as Enniskillen Gaels throw on another substitution. More details on that in a moment. We'll follow the play here. As the goalkeeper Jerome Carton will be the man who will have the next kick of the ball as the wing half back for Enniskillen Gaels. I think it's Roland Beattie makes his way off there. So we're played 33 minutes exactly in this second half. I don't know if we'll have much more, Sid. Maybe another,
possibly another minute, maybe, Jared, you know.
Yeah. One more chance maybe for Enniskillen as the ball is kicked out. Who's going to win possession? Is one in the middle of the field by Johnny Cassidy for Enniskillen Gaels. They come forward in this shape there, but the ball is given away. Ball is given away. It's gone out over the sideline. It'll be a line ball to Enniskillen, I think. Yeah. Come off the Irvinestown man. So there'll still be an opportunity. He'll probably play the 34 minutes now. We've 30 seconds left. For the Enniskillen Gaels to rescue the game. Callum Jones gives it to Colin Quinn. Quinn coming forward. This is the chance. Quinn gives it inside. Opportunity for Durish. Durish gets the shot. Durish gets the ball over the bar. Michael Durish. He scored a point in the first half. In the 6th minute, he's popped up in the 34th minute of the game to level the game at 1-9 to 12 points.
An excellent score there. An excellent created score. The Irvinestown defender would be disappointed by losing possession and giving that sideline ball, you know. But
and too much space as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, the referee's going to play a little bit more, which is a bit of a surprise. We've played 34 minutes of this second half, and Irvinestown don't know whether to stick or twist at this juncture. They've kicked it forward, but they're kicking possession away, and the Enniskillen Gaels could have an opportunity to win this game as they come forward now in the shape of Lorcan Love. Love comes striding forward, still Love in possession. Love has been held up there. The free is taken quickly, but the referee's not happy. The referee is not happy where the free was taken from and wants it to come back. And, well, drama to the right, the last minute of this, or the last seconds of this game, as Callum Love is the man who will take the kick. We've played 34 minutes and 50 seconds.
Could be the last
or Callum
kick of the
Jones,
game.
I should say.
Told him, has he?
Well, it'll be interesting to see. No, it looks as if he's going to look to play it short, or is he going to go for it? Jones goes for it. It's on its way. Brilliant effort from Jones. It's gone over the bar. What a score from Callum Jones. Incredible kick by Callum Jones, And 3 points in the space of the last 4 minutes of injury time means that now they've turned the game around, and the Enniskillen have turned the game around, and they've won the game on a final score of 110 to 2-6. And with injury time coming, you could not have seen that happening, Sid.
Couldn't see it happening, Jared, but in fair dues to Enniskillen, they rallied well there in the last few minutes of injury time and got the critical scores when they were required. An excellent game of football. Both teams need to be applauded for putting on such a good show with it, and in such very, very poor conditions. But Irvinestown will be bitterly disappointed, to lose that. After being, all you do is shut up shop for the last couple of minutes. But I suppose credit to Enniskillen, they kept pushing on. Probably were by far the worst team of the second half. Enniskillen, they were poor. But they'd be more than happy with getting 2 points out of this game.
It's a bit of an amazing turnaround, to be honest. To be leading by 3 points in the 30th minute of the game, and by 2 points, and then to concede 3 points after dominating most of the second half. The Irvinestown will be bitterly disappointed.
Oh, they will surely, Jared. Yeah, there will be a lot of soul searching there. As to how did this happen? The last ball there from the sideline here that was kicked aimlessly away. Just nobody looking to get on to take control of the game. Once you have possession, you control the game. Irvinestown didn't get the ball, and Enniskillen got it and worked it up, and then cracking free to win the game. From what 55 metres out.
I was just going to come to that. I was going to talk about the second last goal from Michael Durge. I was very surprised about the amount of space that Durge was afforded, particularly at that stage of the game.
Exactly. Yeah. But in fairness to them, they rallied again. Enniskillen, towards the end of that, as we talked about injury time there, that was in tight games to get there, you can't afford to switch off, and unfortunately for Irvinestown, that's what happened.
And look at the score, from Callum Jones at the end of the game was a score worthy to win any game. It was an absolutely brilliant point. Now, when he got the free, Enniskillen Gaels firstly weren't happy that it was taken because they wanted
they took it quick, and then it was pulled back.
Brought it back, and then Callum Jones was betwixt and between as to whether he would go short or whether he would go for the post, and eventually he decided to go for it. And
he made 2 or 3 attempts to take it short, but he could get nobody really loose, and then he decided, "Fact this, I'm going to have a pot," and God, it was a cracking score to win the game. It was rising going over the bar, so it was.
And he had an excellent game. Well, particularly in the first half.
He was excellent in the first half, so he had.
And he scored 2 points early in the second half as well, and looked as if he was going to dominate the game. He ended up with 4 points.
Yeah, but good return, and himself and Conor Kelly and probably Richie O'Callaghan on that forward line done a lot of good work. Johnny Castey at centre half back were doing a lot of good work for Enniskillen as well, and Owen Beacom had his moments in midfield, but probably Irvinestown played their fair share in a cracking game of football. They had some excellent performances as well from them young fellas. Young Maguire at full back, I thought had an excellent game, scored a great score. Young Largo Ellis, who else? Gary Maguire, played very, very well. And they'll be disappointed surely, but it's positive for Irvinestown, and it'll be positive for Enniskillen as well, into the next game,
Yeah, 2 young teams. I'm glad to say I'm joined. Don't go too far, Sid, but I'm joined here by Gareth Caldwell from the Impartial Reporter, the sports editor with the Impartial Reporter, is going to join us here, and we get a quick word with Gareth. Gareth, first game in the Manor House Senior Football League Division 1, and it's a victory for Enniskillen Gaels, and it was an entertaining game and a very exciting finish to it.
It was, and it was a good finish from Enniskillen. Irvinestown looked to have turned it around. They got a grip in the middle third, I thought, in that third quarter. Looked well in control, 2 points up. And Enniskillen seemed to get back into it, finished with 3 points. Last effort there from Callum Jones, didn't it?
Yeah, you might have overheard Sid and I talking about that last kick. He was betwixt and between as to whether to go for it or not, but he certainly has it in his locker to pop it over from distance.
Yeah, and he gives them, he gives them that bit of a scoring threat up front. I think he might have scored 3 or 4 there tonight, 3 in a row, I think. 3 in the first half, he started second half. A big winner at the end. Listen, there wasn't a lot between the two sides tonight. It was typical first game of the season, wasn't it? There was a few mistakes.
Yeah, but the conditions, I suppose, led to that as well. Yeah. There was a lot of energy. Sid and I were saying there was a lot of energy expended. Both teams, you know, they were so glad to be out there playing football. You know, they were giving it everything.
Yeah, two young sides and plenty of energy to give, I suppose. I think both sides have taken a positive side of it. Because I don't think either side is showing their full hand after making a few weeks' time in the championship. So I think there's improvement to be made on both sides.
Yeah.
Both sides will improve before championship time, so that'll be one to look forward to.
Yeah, Irvinestown will leave here, I suppose. Maybe reasonably happy with their performance, particularly that second half. They were on the back foot for most of the first half, but they were dominant in the second half. But they would be scratching their heads as to how they lost that game.
Listen, 5 points down, and really they could have been a lot further down than that. They're just missed a lot of chances in the first half. To turn that around, put 2 points up, and then not to get anything out of it, so it's going to be disappointing. But there's positives there to take from the performance, especially that third quarter. I thought.
Yeah, and conditions were difficult tonight, Gareth.
Very difficult for both sides. Didn't make handling easy, and certainly didn't make goalkeeping easy.
Yeah.
A lot of balls coming in there, in around the goal. But it was okay to entertain the first game of the Football League.
Yeah, and you're from an impartial reporter perspective, it must be great now to be at games and have games to write about rather than looking back at games, I assume.
That's the big thing, Jared. You know, it's been great to get out. It was at the Under 19 league final last week, and it's the first of the senior leagues this week, and another one on Sunday. And it's great for everybody to get out, and the new State supporters can go to games. You know, it's good. People enjoy getting out to games. I enjoy watching games from a newspaper point of view. It's great to have them to cover.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're in for a good season.
Yeah, and you're looking forward to the league structure in Fermanagh, the revised league structure, and the championship in the weeks ahead.
Yeah, you know, I think I spoke to quite a few managers this week, and their view is that the league's all about, I'm sure Sid has said this, the league's all about getting ready for championship. You have 5 games there, prepare yourself, with no relegations, there's no fear for anybody, you know, they can maybe try 1 or 2 things out. It's all about getting the ground running, come championship time. But quite a few have also said is that they'll also be very careful of injuries, because if anything picked up now, we're doing something there. So it's a bit of trying to protect players while trying to find out what your best 15 is.
Yeah. So plenty to look forward to in the weeks ahead.
I think so. Looking forward to getting football back out on the pitch, and looking forward now to these 5 league games and then into the championship, which I suppose that's where the real action's going to start.
Yeah, and Sid, Devonish, they start on Sunday. You're involved there this year. An away game, is it?
Away game in Kinolly, Jared. Yeah, we played them twice last year. We drew them twice, so it's always a difficult spot to go to Kinolly, you know. Obviously we be playing in change colours as well, which can cause problems as well. But we haven't had any challenge matches, so we were just looking forward to the game. As I think Gareth has alluded to, most teams or management structures will be looking to get their best 15 for championship time come 5 weeks time, and we're no different, obviously we'll have a few players missing because of the COVID thing. But look, there's nothing we can do about that. But as Jared says there, to get an injury now and you're going to, particularly a hamstring or something out there, you're going to struggle for championship.
Yeah, and in a word, guys, is it Derry Gonley again strong favourites to retain their league and championship titles this season?
It probably is, but probably if they can be caught, maybe this year could be the year.
Yeah.
Because of people haven't got chances to prepare as well. So possibly this could be a year if Derry Gonley's going to be beaten. It could be the year, but they're still the team to beat in the county. At present, but all clubs and all teams aspire to be champions.
Yeah.
And we're all the same.
And your thoughts, Gareth, Derry Gonley? Yeah, and who Derry Gonley start with who at the weekend?
Derry Gonley have Tempo and Derry Gonley.
Right.
So
Be a big help in that. Won that under 19 championship as well, which is a big boost to them for youth coming through.
Yeah.
range level, bringing these players through in their senior ranks, you look at the ranks and stuff, it's a credit to them and the work that they've done. They're
There to
to be shot at.
be shot at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys, the lights are being going dim here in Brewster Park, and there's a few stewards knocking about and around us and about us, so possibly asking us to maybe wrap up this broadcast. But just to say, it's on Sunday, it's St Pat's Donagh versus Maguire's Bridge, and then on the 2nd of August, it's Derry Harps versus Enniskillen Gaels. These are our broadcast games. 9th of August, it's Enniskillen Gaels at home here to Devonish. 16th of August, it's Enniskillen Gaels in Erne, and then we will have our championship games coming up after that, and we'll finish with 2 more league games later on in October, all being well. So, delighted to have had your company here this evening, wherever you were in the world watching this broadcast. We hope you enjoyed it. We thank our sponsors, Mark Drum from McGee's in Enniskillen, and we thank Peter Marone from Fermanagh and Tyrone Financial Services in Irvinestown. And on Sunday, our broadcast will be sponsored by Deering Agri Supplies and also by McGoldrick Installation. So join us at 1 p.m. on Sunday afternoon for St Pat's against Donagh, but from a very wet and dark Enniskillen Gaels and Brewster Park, where Enniskillen Gaels edged this game by a 1-point win, 110 to 2-6. We thank you for your company, and until we meet again.